So let me ask you a question. When did you first heard Suge say he was gonna get Pac on death row?
Oh man, we was actually in New York on the way to Rochester. He was actually just going up there to visit Pac because he asked to see him.
Okay.
And even by the evidence of the contract, it wasn't about being. That's what everybody always get. It was about being signed to death row. That contract was initially about Dr. Dre doing some albums, remixing some of the vocals that he had over at Interscope, and creating some albums to make some money. Because Interscope had cut off his money stream, and he had a whole bunch of legal bills, and he needed money, and but doing the visits, after a couple of visits, that's when, of course, Tupac had told him, hey, well, I got this appeal there, and I probably can get out on an appeal bond and all of that. And the conversation grew from that. So during one of those visits is when it came out that, hey, it's a possibility that we can get him out. We didn't know, or we didn't find out that it was going to happen until about August the 3rd, August the 2nd of 1996. And then that's when Suge made that big statement, August the 6th, 1996, at the Source Awards.
Yeah.
Wow.
By putting that plaque inside the cells. And so around that time is when it was like, okay, Pac gonna be home, Pac coming home. They knew they were gonna be able to come up with $1.5 million. That was not gonna be the problem. It was just getting a judge to approve that he could, get out or grant the appeal if they come up with the money. And so it was during that time is when it was like, okay, Pac's on his way home.
So did you know Pac before he joined the label? Like,
never. I knew of his music, knew of his history, but didn't know him personally. No.
Okay.
So when Suge was going to see Pac, did you ever go with him?
I went with him, but I stayed in the car. I never got out. We took a limo. Actually, we went through Canada. Well, we didn't go through Canada. That's not true. We went to a little airport, but the limo driver, I remember talking to him. He told me his car, and he came from Canada.
Okay.
The limo service that took us to the prison. It was out of Canada.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So how did you guys welcome him to the label? Like,
I remember me and one of my security guards, Kevin Hackey, picked him up at the airport in a limo, and we took him. Now this is where I don't remember. We had this restaurant that in Westwood that we used to always go to named Monty's.
Yeah.
Not sure if we went straight to Monty's or we went straight to the. I gotta ask you if I ever talk to him again. I gotta ask you now. I don't remember we went straight to Monty's or we went straight to the studio, but he was welcome to the point of drinking and smoking.
Okay.
Where he did all these songs and stuff and was working that night. But I remember probably about 10 or 11 o'clock that night, we outside because Pac was, feeling a little hot, and he went bam, fell on the floor, passed out.
wow.
Now, I don't know if I always thought it was a seizure, but now knowing a little bit more about people when they drinking and smoking, he just probably went out for too much of that. Mm-hmm. But I remember that happened that night, so we got him to the hotel, the Peninsula Hotel in Beverly Hills, and then he was back the next day, back being Pac.
Wow.
So how was his work ethic in the studio?
Oh, second to none. In everything, the way he walked like George Jefferson real fast. Like a little pig when he walked fast. He was, always writing. He was a great writer, always writing. And he was always either working on a concept for a video, a song, or studying for his the two movies he was working on 11 months when I saw him and was around him.
So, I mean, because you were doing the security, how hard was
Well, I
that?
was the security owner.
Right,
The owner of the
right.
security guard right there, yeah.
So, but I mean, yeah. So how hard was it though to keep up with him? Because he was so involved in like everything and going everywhere. Like,
Yeah. It was actually my security guards that had that issue, that had to deal with it. I didn't really have to. My only job really was dealing with making sure I had the guys and somebody there that he wanted, because he would fire motherfuckers every 3 or 4 days. All right, I need another one. I'm tired of you, Reggie. Give me somebody else. So that was my main duty and only duties with dealing with Pac there.
So how did he end up picking up Frank Alexander as his security guard?
Frank put a little 10 on it to make it like it was more, but he did like Frank. Frank got on the map because number one, he was big, he looked good, and then they heard about the actions that he did when that shooting went down on the trailer, because he did get everybody out of the trailer. So he kind of got on the radar as a good security guard at that time. But it was mainly Kevin Hackey. If you look at all the pictures and all that stuff, most of the time y'all seen Pac out, y'all seen with Hackey. It was just towards the end, the last month or two, because Hackey went back to work because he was on some type of leave. I don't know why he was so available to work as often as he was, but he was available, and then he had to go back to work. I don't know if he was on some type of medical leave or what, but then he had to go back to work, and then that's when you'll see Frank or Michael Moore with him a little more.
Okay. Because based on the past video I saw, Frank make it seems like Pac chose him because Pac loved him. He was the best ever. So.
Yeah, well, you tell me. I tell you, my wife think I'm the best one ever. I bet she tell you something different privately.
that's funny.